All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Pulse with your host, Tone Vays. The markets are open. It's around 11:30, doing the show a little bit later than usual. Sorry for those in Australia. But you guys got to watch me last night when it was middle of the night in Europe. So this should be great for Europe and people on the West Coast of the US. Thank you so much for joining. We are kicking off with 200 live viewers. And here we go. We're going to go straight to the markets. No announcements other than later today. We're bringing you another Bitcoin brief with Christine, Jimmy Song, and I'm trying to get our Italian buddy Giacomo. And we will be bringing you that show later today. All right, let's go to the charts. So I'm back to using my old monitor of the laptop for the resolution purposes. Hopefully that's better. The mic how to stream this thing in 4K. All right. Hey, guys, if you want to support, you can always check out the on-demand page. I do want to do a couple of more workshops. I'll definitely do one. I'll probably do intro to trading sometime this month, and I'll combine risk, position size, leverage management, and entries, exits, and stop losses into a single video, and I will probably do that one next month. And this way, there'll just be two here, and then the options, and then some kind of advanced trading techniques. We'll see what happens there. Okay. Other than that, don't forget the affiliate codes as well. Nope, Emily card still not in my pocket, so can't show it to you. All right, let's go to the charts. S&P or Bitcoin? Bitcoin hasn't moved. Bitcoin's going to be very, very quick, and then we move on to the S&P. The weekly chart closed its candle, and this is the BLX index. Closed its candle right at resistance. Wave 7 of hyperwave is still, I mean, Tyler passed almost 1 year ago, and the wave 7 of hyperwave is still with us. Technically, Tyler's hyperwave is calling for a $1,000 Bitcoin price, still even today. However, I don't believe it's going to go that low. Someone is asking, isn't Giacomo Swiss? No, Giacomo is Italian. He lives in Switzerland, but he is Italian. Okay, so it's still with us. I don't believe we're going to ever go below this downside trend line, this upward sloping trend line along the bottom of this triangle again. Anything can, of course, happen, but it's still with us. A monthly chart, not much of an update. Look at last night's video. The live acting weekly chart. We are halfway down the candle. We are starting off the week with a red candle, with a bearish candle. We need to see where this week closes. Like I said yesterday, there is absolutely nothing that can take place this week that would get me into a bullish trade. That's not how it works. Now, there are things that could happen this week that can get me into a bearish trade, but I don't want to short Bitcoin. Not when I feel Bitcoin is in a bull market. Even though it has gone up a little too far and a little too fast, I'm just not comfortable shorting Bitcoin at this stage. The time to short Bitcoin, if you were to short Bitcoin, so I only shorted Bitcoin right here as it was breaking down from this giant triangle. That was my one Bitcoin short, but then I wasn't really trading last year, so it didn't really matter. But the time to short was during a bear market. I believe the bear market had ended. You could also go long in the bear market. This was a time for some really good long trades. But generally, I believe the market has turned bullish as of March 9th, the week of March 9th, sorry, around March 12th, 13th. You can review my Twitter feed from March 12th and 13th or whenever the bottom was, and you can see that I announced that I became a bull. Now that I became a bull, I want to look for buying opportunities. I don't want to look for shorting opportunities. The time to look for shorting opportunities was during a bear market. The bear market to me was, the bear market started right here off the secondary top because it's cherry picking that the bear market began right there on December 17th. It's impossible to time it perfectly. So I became a bear around January 10th. So to me, that's when the bear market began, because we could have still bounced from here in January to higher highs. But after January 10th, it was obvious to me that the bear market is with us. To me, the bear market started right here and the bear market ended right there. That is where the bear market ended to me. A lot of people will say, but the low came here. That's okay. We almost had the same exact low here. So that was a horror. That was a rough year. Hedge funds went down during this year. So to me, the bear market ended. So since the bear market ended, looking for buying opportunities, not selling up, not shorting opportunities. And therefore, it becomes very tricky, even off this resistance, even off the 9, even off the reversal candle. I am still not comfortable shorting Bitcoin, not in this environment, not in this political environment. However, I am looking for a bigger pullback here. Daily chart. Daily chart is in this triangle, as I mentioned yesterday, and I'm going to repeat it again. If we break out above the triangle, there is no triangle. This triangle is drawn prematurely. This triangle only makes sense if we pull back to the bottom of the triangle, which means we go to approximately $9,000, a little bit above 9, somewhere between 9 and 9.1 thousand. And then we come back to the 90 to 99 or $10,000 area. That's when this triangle actually becomes legit. So I still have it, but it's not legit. We're simply consolidating in the mid 9,000s. So there's nothing to say really. The weekly chart is calling for a top, short-term top. Daily chart is neutral. 4-hour chart's probably useless as well, but we are at the bottom of this channel. So we're going to keep an eye on this channel and see where it takes us. But probably by this time tomorrow, we will have a much better understanding if this channel is going to bounce the price up or we're going to break the channel to the downside, because I don't think it's going to be easy to adjust this channel much more. Okay, that's it for Bitcoin. GBTC premium, I have it as 21. Clark Moody's has it as 20. Hey, we're in line. Okay, good. Finally in line. Still a little high for my taste. Miner, we just hit a new high in mining hash rate. Beautiful. Shitcoins are still with us. It's like a plague. Eventually the plague will end. Like coronavirus, which seems to have disappeared and nobody cares about it, especially the media. So gold is bouncing, rallying a little bit, and that's good. I still think this consolidation will lead to a breakout to the upside, and gold should challenge its all-time highs sometime soon. Silver's not interesting. Oil. I believe oil will be topping tomorrow. I will keep an eye on oil tomorrow. However, the weekly chart still has room. The weekly chart is still calling for potentially 3 more weeks of upside. So we will pay attention to that as well. But I do believe oil is in line for a correction. The S&P, which is driving me absolutely up the wall. Here we are with a 10-minute chart. It is consolidating. This is consolidation at the top, which usually leads to more upside. Consolidation at the top on a 10-minute chart tends to be a breakout. Look at this beautiful, oh, wow. Didn't exactly come at 10 a.m., came at 10:30, but look at the counts. Look at the beautiful bounce right off the 9 right here, and then you had a top off the 9 late last night, 5 in the morning New York time, so I don't know who was or wasn't paying attention to that, but I don't trade off hours. But beautiful bottom right here earlier today. And the market went up about 10 points. It didn't go up much. But had I been doing this show live, would have loved to do another mock sample trade of a buying opportunity right here off the counts. How much did it go up? How many points? Well, you're buying right here. You're not going to be able to catch the low. You know, went up 15 points. Not bad. Not bad. Good move. Straight into profit, too. That's the important part. Never made it to a real sell signal, unfortunately. I would be out of this trade, by the way. If I had gone long here as a 10-minute day trade, this candle would have knocked out my stop loss, 100%. My stop loss would have been in the middle of the 4 candle, and I would be out. But this consolidation is definitely leaning more bullish to me than bearish. Here's the daily chart. The daily chart is, we're right at the high. So the daily looks like it could top later this week. We're going to have a double 9 coming in. I really thought this 9 would reverse the market. I took the short. I took the stop loss. Maybe I'll try another short on the next 9. I don't mind. Someone is saying there is a daily touch point on the BitMax chart. That's good, but I prefer my spot markets over the BitMax charts. If Bitcoin went to 1,000, could that kill shitcoins? 100%. 100%. I believe if Bitcoin went to 1,000, then Bitcoin dominance would be 90%. I believe that would kill shitcoins, which is actually what I wanted. One of the reasons why I really wanted to see Bitcoin down in that $1,500 zone last year, not this year, but last year, was to just kill these shitcoins once and for all. Tone, can you take a look at Bitcoin 50-week moving average? Am I not displaying that? What are my moving averages? I am. That's the purple. I've always shown you the 50-week moving average. It's right there. The purple. It's holding okay. Tone, is trading earnings easy? Trading is hard. It doesn't matter what kind of trading. You have to be a specialist. Trading is easy when you specialize. When you have spent 10,000 hours perfecting one strategy, that's when trading, I'm not going to say it's easy, but at least it becomes mechanical and hopefully profitable, because why would you spend 10,000 hours if it's not profitable? Like any other skill, like any other profession. What was that famous saying? It's I don't remember who it was, but it was a famous saying. It's I'm not scared of a man who practiced 10,000 kicks, 10,000 different kicks, or 1,000 different kicks. I'm scared of a guy that practiced one kick, 10,000 times. That's what you need. If you want to be a good trader, you find your time period, you find your asset or small group of assets, and you find your strategy, and then you perfect it. You perfect it to the point where you are the world expert at that time frame, that asset, or a basket of assets that fit your strategy. And that strategy is unique to you and only you. I will never have a follow the leader group. I will teach you to, hey, did Bruce Lee say that? Yeah, if someone has the exact quote, just post it in the live chat. And I will never, I don't want you to trade like I used to trade, because how I used to trade may no longer be the case in today's market. The Bitcoin didn't even exist when I was at my highlight point of my trading career. So you have to build it yourself. No strategy will ever be as good as the one you create from scratch. But in order for you to create it, you have to have experience trading, and you need to learn from other traders in order for you to create your own strategy. Do you think transaction fees could cause a problem for Bitcoin if Bitcoin is at $100,000 or higher? Not a big problem, but yeah, you have to learn how to use Lightning. I have to learn how to use Lightning. Okay, let's move on. Back to the S&P. So at this point, since we're on a 6, I will be considering a top coming in. So today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. We're back to Wednesday or Thursday potential top in Bitcoin, in S&P. Yeah, I fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. Right, same thing. If you practiced one thing 10,000 times, you will be an expert. That's how you should look at trading. If you're constantly jumping around time frames and assets and strategies, you're never going to succeed. I'm sorry, you're not. That's not what breeds success in trading. Tone, what are your thoughts on the U.S. residential market in the next 1 to 3 years? I think the U.S. residential market is totally screwed. Not just for the next 1 to 3 years, way longer than that. I would love to have Harry Dent on this show to talk about real estate. I got his card. I met him once. There's so many people I want to interview to talk about these topics, but unfortunately, time is a factor. Tone, could you elaborate what you think the issues are with backtesting? I don't believe this is going to sound so crazy. I don't spend too much time on backtesting. I don't. If I come up with a new strategy, I spend very little time backtesting it, but I spend a lot of time diligently forward testing it with very tiny amount of capital. The problem with backtesting is that future is not the same as the past. I've seen many examples of this where, people bring back their strategies to hedge funds and they show them these incredible backtesting results, how this strategy made 80%, made 90%, like every 4 out of 5 trades were profitable. And then you put it in live markets and it's barely 50-50. That will happen most of the time. A lot of backtests, they just don't perform well in a forward-looking market. So my view is you study, it's how did I come up with that 10 a.m. reversal strategy? How did I come up with my rules? I was trading equities and I kept seeing my portfolio flip around 10 a.m. from profitable to losses for the day, from losses early in the morning to profit in the afternoon. And I said, hey, this might be a good strategy to just, instead of holding 24 stocks, maybe I should just trade the S&P 500 futures around 10 a.m. And then I just went right. I backtested. I stared. I didn't write up any code, but I just went through like a month worth of daily backtests, just mentally looking at the chart and how I could play this. And then I put together a forward-looking strategy that I kept adjusting as I kept trading it for the next 2 years or year and a half or whatever the hell I traded it for. So I'm just not a believer that backtests are a reflection of the future. And if you spend 3 months backtesting your strategy only to realize it doesn't work forward-looking, that's a lot of wasted time and money. Also, if your backtest is very, very optimistic, you maybe your risk capital, once you put that into play, could get you in trouble. I know I didn't do proper backtesting. I only spent like maybe, a few days on a backtest. So I know to be more and more cautious and more careful with how much capital I put into a new strategy as I tested looking forward. Once again, like that's me. You don't have to be me. Lots of people spend a year back testing and they're good. I don't spend more than a few days on a back test, or a few weeks maybe, but I gather the data. I gather the data. My option spread strategy on earnings took like 3 months of research and mental back testing, where I was looking, would this stock have succeeded in the last 3 years of earnings reports for my trading strategy mentally? Because I don't have the data. I don't want to spend time coding. I don't want to do all that. So we put that together, and then we started forward testing it with small capital. Hey guys, I don't really have any comments on Trader right now or Indicator. We'll have I'll have more to announce in the near future. All right. It's a really long discussion on real estate. I am bearish real estate in general. Let's just say I'm not buying any homes. I'm not going to sell mine yet, but I'm not selling mine, and I'm not buying mine. But I have family members with multiple properties, and I've been trying to convince them to sell them. A U.S. real estate index chart to pull up. I don't know. We can try. Let me see. So, I mean, I should have a REIT somewhere in here in the ETF section. XLRE, that should be real estate, no? Real estate, yeah, real estate index right here. I mean, it looks okay, but I am not bullish real estate, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's between civil unrest all around the world, between working from home, I mean, no more need for big cities, between you're not going to get to 9 billion population. Population will probably start to decrease globally within our lifetime, just naturally, you know, without Bill Gates's vaccine that will probably make you sterilized. Let me not spread rumors. Like it's incredible how the guy that made a career after Microsoft depopulating the world suddenly wants to help everyone survive. It just makes no sense. Look, I'm against all of these depopulation efforts. I really am. If you want to have kids, have kids. Like, it's your human right to have as many kids as you like. The thing is, a modern society, a technologically advanced society, a society where your kids dying soon after birth is not a problem, will have a lot less kids. Like, global population destroying the planet is not my concern. I think it's insane. Like I was telling you guys a story. I was in India. I was in India for a few weeks, and I drove the triangle, went from Delhi to Agra to Jaipur, and I'm driving with a friend. We're driving between these two cities for like 4 hours, and we start talking about population. And India, you know, is overcrowded. India is one of the most populated countries we have, and he's talking about how it's overcrowded. And I'm like, dude, we've been driving for 3 hours through empty land in India. Like, come on, your country is not overpopulated. It's just that everyone wants to live in one block. which is surprising because all our tech support is in India. So there's really no reason why your country can't have amazing internet all around India, and you don't have to live in the big city. Just live in your suburb and have good internet and work from home. There's no overpopulation. That's insane. I mean, Hong Kong is a little overpopulated, but they're a little limited geography. All right, let's not get political again before this YouTube channel gets banned for something other than Bitcoin. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you want to have kids, make sure you're able to support your kids. But I don't think there should be a higher power that says you can't have kids. That's just wrong. Yeah, responsible adults should have as many kids as they can afford. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that if you decide that he can't have any more kids, that's also a problem. That's a bigger problem. You forcing someone else not to have kids is a bigger problem than that's a bigger society problem than a person having kids that can't support them. So there's many reasons for the fall in real estate, guys. Also taxes. All these states are now broke. So how are they going to get the money? How is Minnesota going to rebuild? There's Minneapolis. I mean, there is no more Minneapolis. Have you seen the videos? How is Minneapolis going to rebuild? They're going to tax you. How are they going to tax you? Real estate. Hard to move real estate. Yeah, I like Harry Dent. Does demographics. I mean, I've been to one of his presentations live. Did a great job on demographics. Really liked what he had to say about Australia. I'd love to have him on the show, but it's just the time to organize him coming on the show and, convincing him that he wants to come on the show. This shit isn't easy. I don't exactly have a producer. When I had a producer, it's just, more employees that I don't really want. All right, I'll take a look at a stock or two. Play sounds familiar. Dave and Buster's. I mean, it looks good. I wouldn't enter it. Weird big red candle. Oh yeah, how is Rig doing? Because I'm still long Rig. Tell me it's up. Oh, beautiful. Gorgeous. I'm still long Rig. Wow. Oh, that was a sweet trade right off the bottom right here for me. Oh, that's awesome. At least something worked out. Yeah, QBTC. The Canadian version of GBTC. Why didn't that work? I may not have it. I may not have it on. Oh no, I do have it. It's a little more volatile. It doesn't have the kind of liquidity that GBTC has. It needs more time. And I can't do an analysis on this. It's just consolidating. But it's a beautiful triangle, just like the daily one on Bitcoin. It's a young asset, so it's not going to be easy. There's not much to say. It's a new asset. Tilray. Tilray. I was in Tilray. Oh crap. I was in Tilray, but it got called away from me because I sold a bunch of covered calls on it, so it got sold away. So I didn't participate in this upswing here. So I had, I mean, I've been in Tilray the whole time. It was profitable for me, but right here, where was this? See this? This is Friday, and this is Friday, and this is Monday. So I just kept selling covered calls. Again, option strategies. If you want to learn options, I don't know anyone that successfully learned options on their own and succeeded. I don't know anyone. So good luck with that. So here's my video on teaching you options right here. It's not cheap, and that's on purpose. So one of the safest ways to play options is with covered calls. And when my covered calls from May 7th, Monday, right? No. If this is Monday, 15, right, 11, okay. So right here, on this day, on this Monday, I sold, I believe, 850 covered calls or something like that. And they expired worthless on Friday. But then on this Monday, I believe I also sold 850 covered calls, or I might have sold $8 covered calls because they were just very expensive. And I lost the stock. It got called away from me right here on the 22nd at like $8.50 or $9. I don't remember. I think I might have sold $8.50 or $9 covered calls. So once this candle started happening, that's it. I maximized my profit around $8.50 or $9, and then the stock got called away from me off the covered calls. Guys, I don't really care about WLL because I don't deal with stocks in bankruptcy. I just don't mess with them. I don't know how to trade them. So if a stock goes through a bankruptcy procedure, I stay away from it. This is not my specialty. I have no comment on it. I have no idea what's going on here. I have no comment. So Alex says, I learned options on my own, but it took at least 2 years before I was. That makes sense. I mean, sure, if you have 2 or 3 years to put into it before you actually start trading them for real, I can see that. I mean, you can learn anything on your own. Depends on how much time do you want to put in. You can put in 2 or 3 years, or a course like I taught will probably get you up to speed. Well, the course is 3 days, and you'll probably need at least a month after that to just absorb it all and practice it all. So it's your choice. You know, you could pay and get it done in a month or two, or you can spend 2 to 3 years. It depends on how much value and what price do you put on your time. Should we expect tax rates to go up in response to all the revenue the government is going to lose over COVID and civil unrest? Yes, but only local, not federal. Federal's fine. Federal can print money. Your state can't print money. And good luck for your state that is borderline uber socialist, that destroyed your entire city. Good luck getting money from Trump to rebuild your socialist dream. So all of these socialist states, like New York, I mean, I always thought that Minnesota would be more Republican than Democrat, but I have no idea. So a lot of these socialist cities, a lot of these Democrat cities, they're going to have a huge problem rebuilding because they have no money. And the only thing they can do is raise taxes. So your city taxes can go up, your state taxes can go up, but I'm not worried about federal. If Trump gets reelected, you may get a tax break over the next 4 years. I'm not worried about Trump raising federal taxes. But if you live in a socialist state, yeah, good luck with that. And real estate taxes going up is probably the most likely. Illinois, why would anyone own a house in Illinois? How is Tesla doing? If you are trading options without years of self-education or months of professional education, I'm scared for your portfolio. Oh wow, look at the similarity. Look at the last time there was a top in Tesla, CNS 13s. And look what's happening right now. CNS 13s today. Wow, crazy. I honestly think the markets are topping. I really think the markets are topping. Thanks, Strong. Yeah, I don't practice my Russian as much as I used to back in the day. I wish I spoke Spanish. Oh, I would love to like live in like Colombia or something for a year. Learn Spanish and salsa. Or DR. You can learn Spanish and bachata. I don't want to check shitcoins, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood for it. All right. I want to get going. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, if you want to support, I'm going to be redoing these on-demand videos this summer. The options one is not going to get redone until probably January. But we have the conference in February, so I'm not sure. We'll see. And because I might be busy. And yeah, and also check out the affiliate codes. Ambly, Trader platform, TradingView, 3Commas platform. All right, guys, closing out with 800 viewers. Quick peek at Bitcoin as I close out. Not much to say. The daily is consolidating. The weekly is at resistance. So I will stay patient, and hopefully by sometime next week, we'll have clarity on Bitcoin. Also, it was a cool site. I know we'll show it later today. All right, Bitcoin news brief later tonight. I'm not sure when. I don't know, 4 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know, but it'll be in the evening. All right, evening US, close to midnight in Europe, and just in time for Australia and Asia. All right, guys, talk to you all on the next one. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. How do I, too many monitors now. Bye, guys.